Thanks to this guy and the huge amount of fur that he sheds, the fan motor on my old vacuum has died. I went out and bought a new vacuum, but that still leaves us with the old one, which we're now going to take apart and see what kind of components we can harvest from it. Like all projects, I started with the easy stuff, taking the parts of the vacuum apart that were supposed to come apart. After getting through that, I had to resort to some more physically strenuous methods of taking it apart. The first interesting component that I found was this three-way switch, along with these great wires that were attached to it. I continued on to remove a bunch of screws, and that led me to the root of the problem. While the fan motor inside definitely had stopped working, I've set it aside just in case it could be useful in something in the future. The next interesting component I came across was a spring-loaded wire connector. With the top all taken apart, I moved on to the base of the machine. After crudely opening it up, it revealed the exciting components in the vacuum. I was quick to scavenge the momentary switch, the 120-volt motor, and the circuit board from the base. Now that the vacuum is fully deconstructed, it's time to move on to taking apart the circuit board. Taking components off of a circuit board really isn't that difficult. What we're doing here is desoldering. Basically, we're just heating up the solder on the bottom of the circuit board until it liquefies. Then, we can easily pull off the components from the top. Occasionally, if there's excess solder, we have to use a desoldering pump. The desoldering pump sucks off liquefied solder from the circuit board, making it much easier to pull a component off. I ended up getting a ton of useful components from the vacuum. Now I know what you might be thinking, David, why didn't you just fix the vacuum? This vacuum's actually already been thrown away as trash once. That's correct, I found it on the side of the road, brought it home, fixed it, used it for a couple years, and now here we are taking it all apart. I think the old vacuum has already gone through its full life cycle. In fact, it's kind of gone through 2 life cycles. Considering all of the useful components that we got out of the vacuum, it's important to remember that just because something's broken doesn't mean that it's trash. See you next time.